What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. This one we're talking about the NFL for Monday Night Football. In the video, we'll have 4 picks for you to consider, so stay tuned to hear all 4 of them. And I know a bunch of you guys that watch the videos are in the Dynamo private Discord. If you're not, great time to get in. You can see some of the private Discord members having some big slips and hits: NFL, NBA, college football hits and slips, more NBA hits. One member of the private Discord here hit back-to-back 6-man slips using our picks for the NHL and the NBA. Last week I missed just one NHL pick in my channel, and we've hit some huge slips this week in the NBA. A 4-pick NBA slip hit. The day before that I posted just my 3 favorite NBA picks. All 3 of those hit. Another capper posted his 4 favorite picks, and all 4 of those hit. We have a bunch of cappers in here, but we only post our top and favorite picks. We've also been locked in on these single game slates. Steelers were on a single game slate. We hit a 4 for 4 in the Discord. A previous Monday Night Football, we went 11 and 4 between all the cappers. If you guys are not in here yet, we'll see you over there. Picks every single day. Just our favorites from a bunch of cappers in all sports. You guys saw some of the big hits that people have been getting in here. And also, if you guys are only playing on Prizepicks and Underdog, you got to be on Parlay Play as well. They have a ton of promos. You get a ton of payout boost specials. NHL and NBA tomorrow, I'm sure they'll have NFL promos as well. And just for signing up, you get $5 to play with, plus a 100% deposit match after that. You can see with my $5, I took one of those promo slash lines and turned that $5 into a 3x. Then just this past Sunday, they had a free square on Daniel Jones, and I took that plus a slashed Miller line and got almost another 3x. So you guys got to be over on Parlay Play, and we'll see you guys up in the Discord. You saw all those big hits and the streaks we've been going on. Let's get into this one. When these lines first opened, I was on Russell Wilson at 175.5. I honestly thought that was a discounted prop. Now it's still up to 182. It's up there. I'm still liking it. Going to be taking it for this video. Just know that these picks are also posted in the Dynamo private Discord. So if some of these lines have bumped, just know they've already been posted over there. So liking Wilson still, even though we were on him earlier at 175. Versus Cleveland, not as tough of a matchup. And, Wilson has been absolutely cooking with the Steelers. So I like him in this one. If we look at Wilson on this line, so far this season, he's hit it in 4 of 4 games. Has had some massive ones to start: 264, 278, then 195 and 205 in some tougher matchups. I think this should be a decent matchup for him. Cleveland ranks 16th in passing yards, so right in the middle of the league here. But I do think a good spot for Russell Wilson. He's been playing extremely well. Should be able to smash this one in a big one for the Steelers. Also, last season when people said that Russell Wilson was terrible on the Broncos, he hit this in 11 of 15 games, 73% of the time, and hit it in his last 4 straight with Denver. So definitely liking Wilson on this one. One he's hit all the time, has been hitting it this year and in a good spot. I still think at 182, even though this is bumped from 175, that we're getting a good line here. And then you got to pair him with his favorite target and best receiver in George Pickens. Pickens can hit this in 1 or 2 catches. He is definitely a big play threat. We've seen Russell Wilson chuck it up to him at least 3-4 times a game, it seems like, and he's coming down with some of these really tough catches. So Russell Wilson, great deep ball thrower, should be connecting with Pickens in this one, and should have a big game. Pickens also has been smashing this, so I like going to him at 57.5. For Pickens on the season, it's a 6 of 10 hit rate, but games with Russell Wilson have been these last 4, I believe. Something you can do on Outlier is you can just look at games that he's played with Russell Wilson if you're not sure. So yeah, all 4 of these last games have been with him. 74 is the lowest amount of receiving yards he's had, but has also had 111, 91, 89. And Cleveland, middle of the pack against guarding receivers as well. And receiving defense, you can actually look at their overall receiving yard defense and then versus receivers. So they give up more to receivers. They rank 25th in the league, giving up over 156 yards to receivers. So actually, if you're going to pass on Cleveland, the receivers is where you're going to do the most damage for him. So I like going to this one for Pickens. Thought this line was pretty low as well for him, and it was even lower coming in when we looked at it on Tuesday night, but still liking it here at 57.5 for Pickens. I think both these could be going up by the time Thursday rolls around. For the Cleveland Browns, it's not going to be easy to pass on the Steelers, but we've seen Jamus Winston have a connection with basically everyone on the offense. Njoku, Elijah Moore, Cedric Tillman, Jerry Jeudy. All these guys are viable for nice games here. And I think Elijah Moore has some of the lowest lines. I'm liking him at 3 catches here. I definitely think it's safe. If he gets 3, it pushes, but I think he could get a lot more than 3 in this one. He's kind of like that underneath receiver who catches a lot of short passes. So I think Elijah Moore is going to be targeted heavily in this one and have a good amount of catches again. So I like going back to him. He had a good game in the last one, and I think this line is too low as well at 3. Looking at more on the receptions this season, if we just look at over 2.5, he's hit this in 7 of 10. So 7 of 10 games he's had 3 or more catches. And then with Winston, I can't remember when Winston started here, so we can just go and look at games only that he has played with Jamus Winston. And it's already been 8 games he's played with Winston, but I don't think that's right. I mean, I guess probably some of these games Winston came in as a reserve, but I think the first Winston game was maybe here against Cincinnati. But anyways, in the last 4, he's had 3 or more. Last game he had 6 catches. He had one with 8, had one with 6 in tough matchup. I mean, against Baltimore and the Chargers. So he's doing it in tough matchups. As far as targets, 12, 9, and 8 his last 3, seeing a bunch of targets. And if we look at the snap count for the Cleveland Browns, Elijah Moore has been out there all the time. Even back when they had Amari Cooper still, he saw 93% of the snaps in the first game. We had a couple in the high 60s of snap counts, but his last 3 has gone back over to above 70% of the snaps. So liking Elijah Moore in this one on that line. So next one we're going to is Jamus Winston on his pass completions here at 19.5. They could struggle to run the ball. Nick Chubb's line is really low in this one, and if they are struggling and playing from behind in this one, Jamus is just going to keep throwing again, and he has been completing and throwing a ton of passes. So I like him on this line at 19.5. You just got to hope that the Cleveland Browns can stop the rushing attack of the Steelers so they can get a decent amount of time of possession here for him to complete this. But you could see for Jamus Winston and the matchup here, Pittsburgh passing attempts against their 23rd in the league, but they do have a low passing completion percentage. But Winston's going to get a lot of passes off. He's been completing a lot. You can see the last 3 games. So it was only the last 3 looking back to Elijah Moore, but that's actually when he's seen the most targets as well this season. Winston started the last 3, 27, 26, and 30 completions. So he's absolutely smashed the over on 19.5 in his 3 starts. And you can't tell me that the Steelers is, that much worse of a matchup compared to the Chargers or the Ravens. So I think Winston's going to go out there, be slinging it, and easily will complete 20 or more passes, and hopefully a lot of them to Elijah Moore as well. And if you guys want more picks from me plus a bunch of other cappers in all sports, check out the Dynamo private Discord. You can see here a previous Monday Night Football in the Discord. We went 11-4 in total. We've been crushing single game slates. You can see an Underdog 3-pick slip for a single slate we hit, and then we hit a 4-pick Monday Night Football slip when the Steelers were back on Monday Night Football. But you can see these streaks that we've had in the Discord. We post in all sports just our top and favorite picks. A bunch of cappers in here. Over the weekend and early this week, we've been crushing. These are all our cappers hits. As you can see, scrolling through here, back-to-back days hit for big NBA slips for me. And then yesterday hit a 2-pick Prizepicks NBA slip and an Underdog 3-pick as well. And I know a lot of you guys who watch the videos are in the Discord. If you're not, definitely join up, lock in. You just get our daily top picks in all sports, and you can see people are cashing out with our picks. These are private Discord members hitting college football, NBA picks. You can see one guy in the private Discord hit back-to-back days with 6-man slips using our picks for the NHL and the NBA. We've absolutely been crushing NHL as well. So we'll see you guys over in the Discord. Lock in. Best time to get in right now. We have 4 major sports going and picks every day. So we'll see you guys over there. Also sign up for Parlay Play. If you're on Prizepicks and Underdog, you got to be over here. You can see all the payout boosts just today on Wednesday when I'm recording this. Just for signing up, you get $5. Don't have to deposit, but you're going to want to deposit because they have a 100% deposit match up to $200. With my $5, I took a slash line for a 3x here. Then just last weekend, they had a Daniel Jones free square, Took that with another slash line for basically another 3x. So you got to get over there. They have tons of promos. I'm sure they'll have some up for Thursday Night Football as well. Sign up there, and we'll see you guys over in the Discord.